Back now on Triad Today, and I'm so pleased to have this first-time visitor to the show to help us understand more about good hygiene. Yes, I said good hygiene, especially in this day and time. Very important topic. With us right now, our friend Kitty Horton. She's manager of infection prevention at Northern Regional Hospital, based in Mount Airy. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you today?
How do you like being at the garden?
This is absolutely
Pretty.
beautiful.
Isn't it pretty?
First time, it's gorgeous.
And now, let's talk about this good hygiene thing. It's didn't you tell me in an email that it's Hand Hygiene Week?
It is. It's National Hand Hygiene Awareness Week from December the 1st through the 7th. And that's really to help educate our whole society about the importance of good hand hygiene. I think we've heard so much about it here lately, especially with COVID.
Right.
And, you know, by having great hygiene, we can actually help prevent the spread of infections.
Well, it wasn't just when the pandemic, but as you know, for years and years, we'd hear our parents or somebody say, now, when you wash your hands, use warm water and wash them for 20 seconds.
Exactly.
Is that just a myth? Is that a good rule to follow? Or?
That is a great rule to follow, and scientific studies have shown that 20 seconds is really the ideal time to help remove all the germs and chemicals from your hands. And the important thing too is when you're doing your hand hygiene is to wash the palms of your hands, the back of your hands, in between your fingers and underneath your fingernails, and that will absolutely help.
Yeah, just good common sense. Now, let me pick at you about something here, because you're the expert on infection prevention. When this whole thing about COVID really hit the news and people were more aware of it and how serious it was, and so we're going back to maybe April of last year, the first thing we were hearing from health officials is, whatever you do, don't touch hard surfaces, and if you do, you better go wash your hands and all this stuff. I mean, I wore gloves for forever because I was afraid to. Now, is that still the case? Should you not touch hard surfaces for fear you could pick up flu germs, COVID germs, variants or whatever? And if you do touch them, do you not touch some other part of your body? Bring me up to speed on that.
Well, that's a great question. And basically, it's possible that you could get COVID or other infections by touching that, but we do know with COVID that it's typically caused by respiratory droplet, but they're still finding out a lot about COVID as we speak. And so if you do have, you do touch something that's visibly dirty or you're worried about it, be sure and clean the surface and then disinfect it with like Lysol disinfectant wipes or some of the wipes that are out there to really disinfect the surface.
All right, now this is going to sound like a personal question, but we're talking about hygiene. If I'm, let's say, at a store or a restaurant or whatever, I have to go into to use the men's facility, powder my nose or whatever. Now, seriously, if I wash my hands, I get through that okay. Some of these places have these air dryers, and some have paper towels and stuff. Is one better than the other for good hygiene?
Well, we've heard a lot about that lately too, and actually there's been studies done on that, and both are effective. The main thing you need to remember about that is to make sure you get your hands dry, because if your hands remain wet, then you're more likely to continue to hold those germs and be more likely to have an infection versus if your hands are dry.
So the wet hands can actually work against you?
They can.
I didn't realize that.
They can. So you need to have them dry.
Yeah. What about if you're in that situation and you have the option of washing your hands with soap and water or using a hand sanitizer, and you got both options? Which is better?
I would choose the hand washing. Is more effective. And certainly if you do have to use a hand sanitizer, always make sure it's a hand sanitizer that's got at least 60% alcohol, and that will kill the germs.
Now, the final thing before time runs out, let me ask you about wipes, because I keep these all the time now since the COVID thing. And it says on there, antibacterial. Now, is this really helping me protect against germs?
Well, there's different types of wipes. If you use the hand sanitizer wipes, again, make sure those will kill germs, that it's 60% alcohol. If you have baby wipes do not kill germs. They'll just, you can wipe your hands off with them, but then you would need to end up washing your hands with like soap and water to get the germs off.
Gotcha.
Watch out for the disinfectant wipes, because those are made to, you actually would wash your surface first and then they will disinfect to kill the germs. But if you use those directly on your hands, they can cause a lot of irritation and problems there. And so that's, if you read the how you're supposed to handle those, it will recommend that you wear gloves when you're actually using
Yeah,
disinfectant
because that's to
wipes.
use on toilets and stuff. But
Exactly.
use the other hand wipes. All right,
Right.
up on screen. ChooseNorthern.org is the website. ChooseNorthern.org is the general website for the hospital. Kitty, you're just a wealth of information. Thanks for coming and doing
Thank
this.
you so much. It was a pleasure to be here.
I'm going to go wash my hands right now.
Okay.
We'll be right back after this.